A group of parents have filed a federal civil rights complaint against a school district in Massachusetts for banning white students from a virtual event on hate crimes. The invitation from Wellesley Public Schools reads as follows. This is a safe space for our Asian and Asian American and students of color. Emphasize not for students who identify only as white. Nicole Neily is spearheading the complaint. She is president of the nonprofit Parents Defending Education. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Nicole. This is stunning. This is essentially segregation finding its way back onto school campuses across the United States. Starting here in Massachusetts, students 6 through 12, grades 6 through 12, invited to grieve together. But this seems a blatant violation of the Civil Rights Act, excluding one race, in this case white, Nicole.
Absolutely, and that's why we cited not only Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, but also Brown v. Board of Education. It is despicable that a public school using taxpayer dollars would segregate students on the basis of their skin color. That is unacceptable.
It absolutely is. I want to read you the statement from Wellesley Public Schools because there's something to take away here. They said the following: the teacher's intent, however imperfectly stated, was to help early secondary students better understand the intended audience for this affinity space, not prohibit anyone else from attending. No students or staff were turned away from participating in the healing space. In fact, participants that day represented a range of racial groups, including white participants. Okay, this despite the fact that your invitation specifically excluded white students. It means some ignored your invitation, showed up anyway. But this, to me, Nicole, is about resegregating America. And the way it's packaged is fascinating. It's always packaged in this touchy-feely, safe healing, appropriate affinity group language. When you cut through all that nonsense, it sounds like 1961 Bull Connor America.
Right. George Wallace would be proud. And of course these school districts are going to say, oh, we didn't mean it, because they got caught. We have a tip line where people submit things like this to us all the time. And I think this is where every American, no matter if they have children in the public school systems or not, have a role to play. Because sunshine is the best disinfectant. It is shameful that American public schools are trying to do this in 2021, and we all have to play a part in stopping this.
Really quickly, Nicole, how do you think they justify it to themselves? How do they rationalize that they have embraced segregation?
I mean, I think this really all flows from critical race theory, right? Pitting people against each other, judging them and valuing them based on their race, on their skin color, and their identity. This is a toxic ideology, and, you know, in its application, as we have seen, it is unconstitutional. That's why we have to stop it.
And we'll see if that's how it plays out in the court system. Nicole Neily, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
You bet.